great physicists. Some of them later on become a Nobel Laureate, such as Sheldon and others. And here he started to do some work that led to the discovery of new phenomena. He stayed at Harvard for 3 years, and then he was offered a job at Princeton in 1969, when he took an offer to become assistant professor. And very, very quick, early in 1971, he was become a tenured professor then, for a very, very quick career. Here at Princeton, he has two very, very top graduate students. His name at that time were Frank Wissett and F. Witten. Now, Professor Wissett now is at MIT and we share Nobel Prize with him. And Professor Witten is now at Princeton University, and one of the most cited physicists of our time. The work of Professor Witten. In 1973, he and Professor Wissett published a paper in the Physical Review Letter, because this is the top journal in physics as we regard physics, in volume 30, the seminal paper about his discovery that led him to the Nobel Prize. Professor Gross, in 1996, became the director of the Institute for Theoretical Physics at UC in Santa Barbara, and now is known as the Cartwright Institute. It's the top institute, the world top institute in theoretical physics. Professor Gross received many honors and awards, including that I would like to mention is the J.J. Sakurai Prize, given by the American Physics Society in 1986. And then in 1988, he received the Dirac Medal of the ICTP for work on theoretical physics. And also in the year 2000, he received the Oscar Klein Medal at Stockholm University. And of course, the highest honor is the Nobel Prize in Physics in the year 2004. And today, Professor Gross will give us talk about science and human development. And it is a pleasure to introduce to you now Professor Gross. Please welcome.
hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Yes. Savadi Bimai. It's really a pleasure to be here in Thailand again and in Chiang Mai for the first time. We arrived, what is today? Today is Monday. We arrived Saturday, and we've had a lovely time in this beautiful, beautiful city. We've met some lovely people, and today I had a tour of the physics department and the new Center of Excellence, of which I'm very impressed. It really has been a great pleasure, and I would like to thank my hosts, of course the Bridges Foundation, and all of you for coming to hear my lecture. I would like to apologize to my scientist friends in the audience, because my lecture will be a rather general lecture. So those of you who are not in physics, you don't have to be scared. But for those of you who are in physics, I hope that after the lecture you'll have time to ask me about string theory or quantum computing or whatever you want, including life in Berkeley in the 60s. So, is this working now? So, my talk is on science. What it has brought us, what it will bring us, and some general speculation about science and what we will learn, and about the human condition in general. Mostly I'm going to talk about, in a very general sense, the gifts of science. What science has brought us. And the first of the gifts that I will discuss is just the scientific method alone. For even without the fruits of knowledge that science brings us, and their application to technology, the greatest gift that science brings us is a new way of thinking. And this new way of thinking, which the scientific method, is of course extremely powerful in science, but it's a powerful and important way of thinking that could be as useful and is as useful in all areas of human study and all areas of human discourse. Then I'll briefly discuss the knowledge of nature that science provides. This is its most obvious gift, understanding how nature works. And I'll give some examples from both physics, astronomy, biology, which have totally changed our understanding of nature in a very short time. And then, of course, science. In science, we apply that knowledge that we have gained to control nature, to try to manipulate and use nature to our advantage. So the third topic will be the control of nature, application of science, technology, which has brought us so many good things and so many bad things. And in responding to those bad things, to the problems we face, some of which are consequences of our ability to even change the face of our planet, I'll remark on one of the other gifts of science that is not widely recognized, and that is its international character. And I'll speculate on how that might serve as a model for a growing internationalism that we truly need to solve some of the planet's problems. And as a scientist, I will end with questions, because that is the driving force of science. And as a theoretical physicist, of course, my business is to make predictions. So I'll make some predictions. Let me start with a scientific method. This is a new way of thinking. It was only invented about 400 years ago, whereas we humans have been talking for maybe 100,000 years or more. And it's proved to be very powerful, and it's based primarily on the idea that understanding, knowing, is best attained by every once in a while, or continuously, subjecting our ideas to observation and experiment. That the only authority for truth in the end is agreement with nature through observation and experiment, and not on the basis of power or religious faith and dogma. So the first time I met the Dalai Lama, who I've met a few times, we had a very interesting discussion about science and religion. And I asked him, is there anything that science is currently exploring, any answer that we might find that would be in conflict, would cause you problems with Buddhism as you practice it? And he said, nothing. If scientists discover by the scientific method a phenomenon which they understand and is tested on the basis of observation and experiment, and our writings say otherwise, we must agree with science. I was very impressed by the Dalai Lama. And scientists know also that their truth, what they learn, their theories that are tested, are not going to last forever. They are always provisional. They're very likely to be changed. And we continue to subject our theories to quantitative test and improvement. We look for nature to tell us that our theories are wrong. Then we've learned something very important, and we try to construct a better theory. It's not that our theories are going to be lost. Newton's theory of mechanics has been replaced by quantum mechanics and by relativistic mechanics, but it is still an extremely good approximation to the better theories. Theories in physics don't die, they just become approximations. So we don't believe in absolute truth in the sense that our theories are not going to be improved in the future. And the final part of the scientific method is that we scientists feel the obligation to make our results available to all. In society, in places, in countries where scientific results are not made available to all, or if because of commercial interests scientific results are not made available openly,